Spatial locations allow you to specify a building and its stories in a project. The story bar displays the current active building and its stories. The display of the story bar is controlled by the storybar system variable. Set it to a value of 1 for the story bar to display on the right side of the screen, or set it to a value of 2 for it to display on the left side. By default, when creating a project, BricsCAD will automatically create a building and a first floor. But other buildings and floors can be added either manually or automatically. Let's see how spatial locations are created. Click on the house icon from the story bar or launch the BIM Spatial Locations command, and the Spatial Locations Manager will be displayed. You can handle multiple buildings in one project, even if their stories are completely different. This dialog allows you to create and edit sites, buildings, and stories. To create a new building, click on the New Building button. Now, select the building's name and create as many levels as needed by clicking on the New Story button. The levels are automatically created at a certain elevation, but you can change it according to your needs. In this drawing, the floors are placed at an elevation of 3,300 units. Click on the Delete button to delete a building or a story, or on the Import Spatial Locations button to import a spatial location. Click OK to close the dialog. Click the building label at the top of the drawing area to open a menu that lets you switch between the available buildings. Click on the desired story disk to activate a story. When active, the story is shown in the top view mode. This mode allows you to work in a familiar plan view while maintaining the connection with the 3D space. Viewing tools are still available while a story is active. Sliders on the story bar allow you to change the position of each section plane inside their story slot. To go back to the top view mode, simply choose the top view from the Look From widget, or click on the story disk again. The active story displays all elements located within the elevation limits of the story, even if they have not yet been assigned to the corresponding spatial location. When entities are classified as a building element in the project, they will have a building and a story property. To manually assign elements to their correct spatial location, select all elements within the active story, and go to the Properties panel. Use the drop-down menu to assign the entities to the appropriate building and story. Repeat the process for all the stories. Now, if you open the Structure panel, you can see that the building elements are organized accordingly. When working with BIM tools such as BIM Wall, BIM Slab, or BIM Roof, the entities created are directly classified as BIM entities, and you can assign them to the correct spatial location right at the moment of creation. This type of workflow is demonstrated in the modeling, converting 2D design into 3D BIM using BIM tools and BIM quick building lessons of this course. Further, spatial locations can also be created when using the BIMIFY and BIMQUICKDRAW commands. When using BIMIFY, toggle on the Assign Spatial Locations option to automatically detect spaces and identify internal and external walls. Please keep in mind that this option is available only when auto-classification is toggled on. When using BIMQUICKDRAW, spatial locations are automatically created and entities are automatically assigned to the corresponding floors. Use the Add Story widget to add stories to an existing building by choosing one of the available options. To change the height of a story in a BIM model, launch the BIMUPDATESTORYHEIGHT command. Select the story you want to update the height for and click Next. The floor elevation and ceiling elevation of the selected story are highlighted in the model by two green planes. Type in a new value for the new story height. Turn on Auto Update Preview to see a preview of the changes. The Operations category lists the building elements that can be affected by an operation, grouped by their BIM type. You can keep the suggested operations. You can expand the group and select operations for each entity. Or you can select an operation to be applied to all the entities in a group. When done, click Apply.